$950 US. That's the leaked starting price for the base model of the 2026 Steam machine. Almost $1,000 for a box that doesn't even have a dedicated NVIDIA graphics card. The internet's been up in arms this week. Reddit's on fire, and everyone's screaming at Valve that they've overpriced this unit. They're saying that if these prices are true, then why wouldn't they just go buy a PS6 or a Nintendo Switch 2? And while people may be right about the price, they're looking at the completely wrong reasons behind this pricing strategy. I'm not just a gamer. I look at market economics. I look at where industries are going 10 years from now. And if this leak is real, then the $1,000 price tag isn't a mistake. It's a message. It's Valve telling us that the era of the budget gaming PC is officially dead. And in this video, I'm going to show you why paying $1,000 for this box might be the only way to save PC gaming from extinction. Let's look at the reality of 2026. 3 years ago, if you had $800, you could build a console killer. Today, you can barely buy RAM and a motherboard for that. We've hit an economic wall. The component market's broken. Scalpers, silicone shortages, pivots to support AI data centers, and inflation have turned the mid-range PC into a luxury item. And look, I'm a dad with a full-time job. If I sound a little rough today, excuse my voice. I picked up a souvenir cold from my work trip this week, but this story was too important to wait. I remember the glory days of building your own rig, but today, I don't have 6 hours on a Saturday to troubleshoot driver conflicts, update BIOS, or reseat my RAM because the cheap stick I bought is failing. I have 45 minutes of free time at night. I pay for convenience. Valve knows this, so they made a pivot. But everyone thinks that they're trying to be Apple. They aren't. They're actually trying to be Google. Think about it. Google makes the Pixel phone. It's excellent, it's pure, but it's not the only way to use Android. This $1,000 Steam machine, this is Valve's Pixel. It's a reference device. Valve is saying to Asus, Lenovo, MSI, and any of the other vendors out there, here's the gold standard. Here's how SteamOS should run. Now, you guys build either cheaper or more premium versions. By charging $1,000, Valve isn't trying to rip you off. They're trying to set that reference benchmark for other entities to build off of. They are guiding the premium for the It Just Works box for the people that want and can afford it. But because they're following the Android model, they aren't locking you into the specific hardware ecosystem. At the end of the day, it's a platform play. Valve makes money when anyone uses the software. They don't care if you play on the Steam machine, a Legion Go 2, or a custom rig that you built yourself, as long as you're on Steam. But here's the twist. If desktop is becoming a luxury product, what happens to the rest of us that can't afford the premium box? The answer is hidden in a secret project that Valve's been quietly funding, called FEX, or FEX. And it's going to turn the device in your pocket into your next gaming rig. To understand the future, you have to look at the high-level principles behind what's happening with the code and not the plastic. We know that Valve has been quietly funding this open-source project called FEX, and that they've also been pushing major developments with their Proton technologies. Here's the simplified version. Historically, PC games are too heavy and complex to run on mobile chips. They speak different languages. FEX, or FEX, is a translator. It allows your massive library of Steam games to run on mobile ARM processors, the type that are in your tablets or in your smartphones. We aren't there yet. Emulation's hard work. But the chips in your phone and high-end tablets are getting faster every year. Do you see the play? Valve is saying, if you'd have money, buy our $1,000 Steam machine or the Steam Deck. They're the best experience. If you don't have money, then we're building an ecosystem by which you can play on the screen that you already own, the computer that fits in your pocket. So the way I see it is, this $1,000 box isn't a ripoff. It's a donation to the future. The profit margins from this hardware are likely funding the software that will eventually let us play Cyberpunk on a high-end Samsung tablet or on an iPad. So in essence, I'm predicting that by 2035, the desktop tower will go the way of the vinyl record player. People will still own them, they will be beautiful, expensive, and niche, but the mass market will be bring your own screen. We are essentially witnessing the consolification of the PC. Valve is the only company that's building us a lifeboat. Sony wants you in their walled garden, same as Nintendo. Microsoft wants you to pay a monthly subscription. Valve just wants you to keep their library. The $950 price tag is painful, I know, but it might just be the price of admission to a future where we aren't dependent on companies like NVIDIA or RAM suppliers that are selling out to AI data centers anymore. As much as us gamers made companies and entities like NVIDIA what they are today, we are in essence a niche market. Everyone in the world needs a phone. The market cap is much bigger within the mobile space. Valve is, in essence, not only looking to future-proof their platform, but also to make sure that their millions upon millions of users are able to follow them across any ecosystem that's going to continue to be supported and where their games can be played 10, 20, 30 years from now. So am I going to end up buying one? Most likely, because for my lifestyle as well as for my audience, time and accessibility are the only currency that really matter. But I want to know what you think. Is Valve crazy for charging this much, or are they the only ones seeing the economic reality of the next 10 plus years clearly and working to build us a lifeboat as well as a sustainable business for themselves? This channel is all about supporting busy parents, whether that's with current technology insights, reviews, or spotting trends before it happens. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, hit the subscribe button. And remember, the only grinding we do is for coffee beans. I'm the Naptime Dad. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.